solid mid laner, so I could see him having another good series today.
I also find it very interesting how those two players came to the mid lane, because obviously Thompson was, before he joined OG, was just a pop star, just crushing mid, and basically got hired, picked up because he was crushing mid as a pop star. Now for Limp, he has been grinding his way through the mid lane on most of his teams, but he has a very different career just in terms of chosen path and how he got to be in the position that he is and how he got to be at that A level where he is right now. I don't like. There's no wrong way to get where they are right now. So it's very. I feel like it's very impressive to see them up against each other in the mid lane in a series today.
I'm very distracted by backgrounds. I was partially listening. I tried really hard.
That's okay. I mean, we've seen it. We've seen most of these backgrounds before. So
Limp is on camera for the first time today, right? Yesterday, all the lines apart from him were there.
Correct. Yes.
And today he's there.
I think it's because he spent yesterday building his own webcam from scratch. Is why he didn't have his webcam live. But he's here now. He made it. There's a couple. He needs to work on his pixelation issues, but I'm sure he'll figure that out in round 2 eventually.
Or maybe the Nirvana shirt was in the laundry, but now it's good to go. So
yeah,
it's on.
He's like, well, I don't want to wear a boring t-shirt.
Yeah. And all these people, by the way, the reason that they're moving the way they are, moving their hands off the keyboard, is because the draft is about to begin. So then it's like, hands off the keyboard. It is time for the draft powered by Betway. Because then they don't press the buttons anymore. It's just the captain.
It's time to draft. Let's all take our hands off the keyboard.
No, everybody apart from the captain.
Whatever.
You don't empathize with that because you captain teams, but I saw it many a times. Draft starts, everyone just screws off and does something else.
You're reminding me of that.
Pick me something nice, Captain, please.
You're reminding me of, what was it? Was it at one of the summits or something where no one was just, like, VP were drafting and no one was, what was it he was playing? On another,
it's like CS or something.
I don't remember. Like during the draft
game.
of the finals or the semifinals or whatever, he was just playing another game. Like,
something else.
It was like, okay, you know, Ramses and Solo got this. I'll do my thing.
I mean, and they
like,
did that
Apex
summit, I think.
Was that the summit where they just crushed everyone? I think.
I think so. I think so.
You can't complain, right?
Alright, what do we got here then? Because we are almost through our first round of bans. We have the IO still in the pool. Lycan seems to be common ban on everywhere. But the Dragonite is still in, Nature's Prophet's still in, and I was going to say the Queen of Pain is still in, but not anymore.
Yep. So, Chen is a possibility. OG like this hero. Nature's Prophet is also a hero they very much enjoy playing. I'm not completely sure I've heard this, but I think it might be No-Tail's favorite hero. He loves being a strong lane support and then being able to do all sorts of crazy stuff around the map, whether it's aggressive warding, sniping couriers, taking towers. There's always something to do on Nature's Prophet. There's like no downtime. The hero always has a play. So I wouldn't be surprised to see OG grabbing that early, because they can also flex it onto mid one, and even onto Thompson, I think, has also been playing that a bit. So we'll see. I think that would be a pretty high value ban for Alliance here.
Yeah, it's interesting to see a team go into their bonus time during the first phase bans.
Oh, Enigma.
Interesting. The IO makes it through. They instantly pick it.
Don't think anybody is really surprised. Everybody's got these giant cups.
Hell yeah. No-Tail knows what he's doing. You get at least a 1 liter container, then you need to go half as often to refill it.
I mean, that's fair. That is
Except
actually
for the
fair.
peeing part.
It is valid.
Or is that the point? Is that once you're finished?
You get used to that over time. You develop like immunity.
Well, you can get up in between games, but you can't really get up to get more water in like during the game. So.
Are you immune to needing to process urine? Is that what you're saying?
No, you just build up some more tolerance. Let's call it that.
Okay.
Oh man, that's a daunting shot.
I knew Soxa was tall, but
that is an awesome angle. I love that.
I am jealous at his AC unit,
I
though.
love
I'm not
that
gonna lie.
That's a great shot.
Wait a second, you guys! Alright, what changed in this shot compared to yesterday?
The left door is open?
No. Well, maybe that too. I think it's mirrored. Because that rack with the towel was on the other side of him yesterday.
I don't think so.
Was it?
I know so, yes.
Show me some evidence, Cheever, and I'll believe you, but for now
I'm sure someone in Twitch chat can prove me right, I hope. Please. Yesterday's screenshot of S4 during the drafting phase. Thank you.
Okay.
Where was the rack with the towel?
It was there.
Was it left or right? I think it was on the right. I think it was on the other side.
I don't think so.
I thought you were going to transition into the draft version like, all right, guys, I don't think it was.
I have something very important to say. I actually do. Witch Doctor got picked, and I'm excited because maybe I have a slightly higher chance of being correct. That's two Witch Doctor picks today.
Is that only two?
Yeah.
It's got to be Earthshaker's got to be the most picked hero of the day.
Oh,
so
yeah,
far, though, right?
that's
But maybe by the end of the series, if they drag this out, keep picking those Witch Doctors. Witch Doctor underperform every game, but not so bad that teams don't want to pick you. Okay, pull it together. It's quite good against IO though.
I feel like I'm about to get beat up, man. It's
like a judge or
It's such a dominant angle. I can't. It's so good. He's even sitting with his fists ready. Soxa's out too. He's gonna beat down some Alliance today. He
is super focused.
He is
I like
ready.
it.
The ironic thing about it too is also Sox is just such a nice and quiet guy. Like this total disconnect between the angle and how he is in person. That's really funny.
I mean, he is the tallest professional Dota player.
Yeah, I think he's 2 meters and I want to say 2 meters 5.
Is he? I don't think he's taller than Goblak though.
I think he is.
Is Goblak number 1?
I think he's taller.
I mean, Goblak went to the talent life, so I don't know if we can count him anyway.
He's still shorter, I think, than Sox.
He's definitely taller than Puppy.
Yeah, he is.
All right, we got the Bounty Hunter pickup.
Oh,
now,
goodbye, Couriers.
Goodbye, Couriers, exactly. Hunt those bounties with the Bounty Hunter. How ideal. That would be amazing if they get actually a bounty with the Bounty Hunter.
Yep.
Just think about it.
Very topical hero for the tournament. As far as the strategy overall looks for Alliance right now, it's very kill heavy. It's very good at skirmishes. Bounty plus Ember. You get tracks out so you can see people. You can slide chains, run them down. If you ever get ahead in a fight, you stay ahead. You get extra kills. In this patch, especially in slightly earlier versions of this patch, Bounty was extremely powerful because of the change to the gold kill mechanic, where Bounty's track remained more or less the same, so the relative amount you get compared to before was really high, and it still is. If you have a strategy with Bounty and you're doing well, it has a really high win rate when it finds some good kills around the map, and they've definitely set up for that, so that's interesting.
5 seconds remaining. 10 seconds.
I like Bounty this patch.
Odds favoring Alliance here, which is pretty much what Talent predicted too. But you know, if OG shows up to their true potential, I think it's pretty safe to say that everybody would bet on them.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason that they are.
tough.
Yeah, there's a reason that they're top seed, right? Or one of the top seeds.
Yep.
So they.
So, did you guys watch Slax's Wind Ranger video?
No, because I like Wind Ranger.
No?
I don't want him to ruin her for me.
I mean, a lot of what he said was pretty correct. It's like very easy to forget that when you miss shackles, and then like she's very good at killing heroes. But in terms of team fights, if you don't land shackles and the fight doesn't start semi-okay, it's kind of tough to contribute. It's like you're good at killing one hero generally, and that can have issues in actually having a high win rate is the
True.
issue.
You buy a blade mail and you're done.
Alliances
But there's not really any blade mail buying heroes inside of Alliance either.
I mean, Ember could buy one hypothetically. It wouldn't be the most awful.
That is a
They
great
have some
point on the screen there. It's been rumored Slax hates Wind Ranger because he can't win against her, but that logic, he should hate a lot more heroes.
It's true.
So maybe the whole roster.
Kunkka very good against Wind Ranger though. If it's like Wind Ranger 2 position, for example, you X her and her mobility doesn't matter. So really,
just in general, Alliance's lineup looks super good against IO too. You have so many things that IO needs to worry about. You need to play around Paralyzing Cask, you need to play around X-Mark, you need to play around Track, and you need to play around Searing Chains. Like all of these spells can mess with you and your tethered target, and you really need to limit the number of deaths your lineup has, right, when you're playing into Bounty Hunter. So I really like what Alliance are bringing here. Would love to see them maybe get a little bit of tower push, maybe something like a Death Prophet, which is banned, but is Dragon Knight in? Dragon Knight's still in.
Dragon Knight's still in.
Could be a possibility. He looks decent, I would say.
this next pick is really good by OG though. The Tusk is going to give them some solutions against some of these ghosts. If somebody gets X'd, jump in, snowball, save whoever gets gone on, and that could buy them enough time to pop BKB afterwards or whatever else needed.
I have a question regarding OG's draft, because I thought the IO carry was only for Ana, and I see too many supports on the side of OG. Who's playing the cores?
I think Thompson is playing Tusk.
Okay.
He has been playing that quite a lot in pubs, which is why I'm led to believe that he wants to play it here. It does make decent amount of sense as a core in the fact that Tusk is relatively naturally tanky, has a good strength gain. He likes buying bracers into maybe something like a halberd or whatever. A little bit of warm-up stretch there, very nice.
That's good. You gotta do that every once in a while.
It's the most logical thing I see here. I'm guessing No-Tail will be playing the IO. Or wait, no, this still doesn't make sense, does it? Is the Earth Spirit Topson? Yes, it is.
Topson, Earth Spirit.
So, wait, mid one Tusk. So it is still an offlane Tusk, or a core Tusk rather, but it's mid one, not Topson. Yeah.
Is it then a Saxa on the Wind Ranger?
I guess so.
I suppose so.
No-Tail IO. Yep, there it is. Position for Wind Ranger.
It's potentially okay. I actually do kind of like it with a Tusk because it's very mobile, right? So it's easy for you to catch up and continue hitting somebody. Ember's armor is a little bit low in the laning stage. I know it's been buffed a bit, but it can be exploitable. So mid one might not always be available to snowball safe. He might go more of a damage roll at some point, but there's some cool things going on here. It's some OG craziness, and it's less likely to win on paper, but maybe they can make it work.
I think, personally, Alliance has thrown away the game. They care about one thing only. They have the Nature's Prophet, they have the Bounty Hunter. These couriers are gonna die.
Yeah,
like,
they will.
That's their goal. If they win the game, it's great. If they lose, at least they got another 15k in the pocket. By the way, one thing you guys should know at home, if any of the bounties that we have left get achieved, SteelSeries.com gives away extra discounts. One specific mouse and one specific keyboard, 15% and 20%. But you gotta check that out on the website itself. But keep that in mind that discount will be active if the bounty gets achieved. So we'll see if Alliance can. I'm curious to hear from you guys who you think is gonna take this first game of the series.
It's hard not to say that the Alliance draft looks safer. So.
Yeah. I like
See
it.
you later,
It's got
nerds.
tempo, it's got the
我
stuff
是
that
一
they've
个
had
没有
on
感
themselves
情
right
的
now.
刷钱
PS4
机
Arena,
器。
they've got the Ember that they've had success with. And yeah, OG gotta win me over, man. I need to see them really kick it up a notch for a game, and then I'll start really, like, No-Tail wants me to see the lead, right? So, show it.
Prepare for battle.
All right. Well, we're gonna see.
Thank you very much,
if
Shibi.
they can
Big Fog did it really is. It's classic OG, right? They've come in with a draft that most people are probably watching going, what the hell are they doing? But that's the magic that's worked for OG in the past. The question is, does it still work in this day and age? Is it against Alliance's lineup? Alliance, their lineup, it looks pretty fearsome.
Yeah, they cover all their bases. They've got, I mean, Nico Baby on, personally, like one of his top 2 heroes, like the Slark and his Ember are my 2 favorites because he's super aggressive the way he plays on them. And we might actually have a battle coming together here in a second.
Hansken giving the info here as he spots them out, and No-Tail is going to be met with a nasty surprise. Will manage to tether out to the side, and actually the Sleight of Fist didn't connect, so does manage to live. They now turn their attention over towards Hansken. The shackle shots there, they're going to be the ones to get first blood. OG will start the game off with a kill to their favor, despite walking up into the high ground with Alliance there. They just couldn't burst No-Tail down in time.
Yeah, he missed the slight even too. I thought maybe he goes chains because that's like just guarantees. It makes your lane maybe too much worse, so that's maybe why he wanted to just save it. But yeah, OG positioned there, and they have the outpost claimed, so they could see that bounty hunter. He walked in, they didn't have detection, but whatever. You have outpost. Gives you that detection.
Yeah, very smartly done by OG.
Yep, and so now they're gonna position themselves. What it looks.
Now, what's the lane setup?
Probably still just going to be dual lanes. No-Tail's probably still going to make his way toward top. And I'm happy to see this. The Earth Spirit mid. I've actually been waiting for people to do this more. In particular, before Talents got the 20% reduction, he had like a 65 damage Talent at 10.
It's pretty insane.
It was insane. It's still 50, which is absolutely bonkers. So we'll see what Topson's able to do with it. I'm definitely intrigued.
Yeah, because it's going to be interesting to see sort of how his pace of play matches up with Limp. Because Limp, as a Kunkka, he's going to be able to farm the mid, the side camps at a pace that the Spirit can't keep up with. But obviously Topson, his movements have the potential to be very impactful. I think if anything, obviously the Topson Spirit mid, it's going to be harder for him to play his game compared to what Limp has to do as a Kunkka. Just sweep up the creeps and sweep up the jungle creeps before he starts moving around. But we're certainly in for a show from both sides here.
Yeah. The one thing is that Kunkka is always going to be a bit of a nuisance because Kunkka is the counter to what a lot of people like to say is mobility, right? And you have an Earth Spirit, you have an IO, these two, and a Wind Ranger even. Very, like, these heroes kind of rely on their mobility. An X really can cripple them quite a lot.
I mean, yeah, as the panel said, I really do have to agree that hands down, the Alliance's lineup is just, it just seems better here, right? You know, OG, they really are trying to do something different, and at this bottom lane, it's working. They get themselves a second kill. They do lose, of course, mid one in return, as Nico Baby is able to finish up with the cleanup.
But the creeps killed his courier. I was wondering what, there's no name next to it, but the creeps, they just walked by and they just slapped the courier.
Yeah, you've got to be careful with those. I mean, this is definitely a game, as said, you know, there's profit and bounty down the line. Regardless of what side it's on, there's going to be a lot of couriers dying, especially if things go to plan for Alliance.
And also, the potential could be a lot of IO dying. Like, there's a lot of burst damage that can just go onto this IO very early on. The Nature's Prophet plus Bounty, even throwing the cask. There's a lot of, yeah, they did a very clean, neat draft for the side of Alliance. Kind of covered their bases. Even the Nature's Prophet, last pick Nature's Prophet. We've seen this hero banned in the first wave how many times, and they got this as a last pick. Versus a Luna as well, too. Like, you spawn Treants, you eat the whole Eclipse, too, in the later team fights. There's a lot of different benefits this hero can add.
Up top.
Mid lane, Topson. Ooh.
Very low, that's that last hit from Limp. How's he doing on the regen, Topson? He's got his bottle out.
And he had a bounty rune saved for him. Oh.
Oh, that's smart. Don't pick up the bounty rune. Wait until you've got your bottle at 3 minutes in.
Cool.
All right. I mean, I guess if you know you're able to secure it and the enemy team's not going to go over, there's no real need to pick it up straight away. Save it for the free bottle refill at this 3-minute mark.
He's still struggling in the mid lane pretty hard. Kunkka still just too much of a beast, and he's got double brace already too, so he's putting out a lot of pressure onto Topson. I'm going to see them probably look to set up for a rune in the next 40 seconds or so, because he definitely wants to fill up that bottle. He can't stand up versus all this harassment.
It's just going to take so much, and he can't deliver it back. Bottom lane though, this is the area of the map where Saxa is able to set, well, it's his third kill. He's been the one to take the last touch on all 3 of them so far, so the support Wind Ranger got to a very financially beneficial start. Saxa getting the money in as the support. Top lane, Sumail, body blocks from S4 being attempted, but Sumail will still be able to make his way back underneath the tower. They could turn and actually go for Handscan. Handscan will look towards the courier, but doesn't want to risk his life for it. I mean, if he does go for the courier kill there, he would die. Might still get it if he's patient around the back of it all, but I would imagine that Sumail's going to be very cautious with sending it out, as he knows that Handscan is going to be hanging around for this.
The 4-minute rune, they both checked bottom. It spawned top, and Topson was able to get himself that one. Nice little fill up of the bottle there. Still struggling quite a bit in those last hits.
27-7 against that 19 for 1. You're going to see the 6 being hit that sooner on Limp as well, and that's when the kill threat really comes into place. I mean, already just hitting these torrents time after time and being very efficient in the trade. Topson will roll forward and try and play onto Limp, but isn't able to quite catch him underneath the range of the tower. So Limp continues to take very little harass whatsoever in this middle lane.
Yeah, and Topson's having he just brings what, double salve get brought out.
I don't know.
Nico, baby.
It's a good shackle. Sets up for the shards. Do they have the damage though? The Voodoo Restoration from FNG is keeping Nico Baby alive. Mid one has the stick charges to make sure the Maledict doesn't tick him over the edge. Bounty runes up.
Yep, pushes them away from going for those, and Limp gets the solo kill.
It was, with the way that they've been playing mid, it was always going to happen. Topson was consistently sitting there incredibly low, and this time just a little too low. Limp already, as we've been viewing, it's just off to a brilliant start in this matchup and getting solo kills now. It's very hard for Topson to really get much more out of this mid. It's going to get to the point where he's going to need to get involved in some plays.
These rotations, he's approaching level 7 really early on. He can match, and his rotation is going to be way scarier than Earth Spirit's rotations.
Yeah, that's true. His combo it's an easy kill on a lot of these squishy heroes right now.
Pretty much on anyone, unless this, Tusk is able to snowball dodge it in some type of particular situation.
A nice little move there from Topson will be able to interrupt Limp's attempt to X-Mark and TP out. He did do it in the middle of the lane, so Topson just quickly cancels that, which does mean he doesn't get the bottle refill. He's having to run back. This bottom lane, though, OG, Zaxa, he's dominating as the support win rate at 6 minutes in. He's got 4 kills in a row. So for as much as the mid lane might not be going great, at least Zaxa, he's having a fantastic time down here.
Yeah, the tag team and Wind Ranger has such a good animation. Very easy ways to set up for those aggressive plays. Very nicely done. Still the top 3 net worths we are seeing. Alliance in a very comfortable spot with that. Nico Baby still doing just fine. It's mostly been, I mean, FNG's got the 2 deaths, Nico Baby just the 1. And how are we doing on our levels? S4 almost level 6 now as well, so always that added factor you have to bring in. Not only just an invisible bounty hunter that can just disappear from the lane and look to make setups, but also that Wrath of Nature very soon.
Wards down bottom. Topson did head down it, but not seeing an opportunity to really get anything going with the rest of his team on the bottom lane. Everyone's got the 6, so actually a bit of solid burst with the War Spikes. They'll go it. Then with the chain, with the shackle shot, no connection. Hansken's able to turn onto Saxon with the Maledict on him. Saxon's going to take quite a bit of a beating, but he's got the Fairy Fire as well as the wand. Dust out as well to slow down Hansken and make sure he can't get that final hit, but with the Slight, that will do it. Saxon will fall. Finally, Alliance are able to stop Saxon having the time of his life down here. They get the kill.
They still have to, and that's the movement from the bounty, right? You can't really expect that one to come. He's invisible to be able to do so. S4 has now hit level 6 too, so they could look to make another move with that Wrath. Topson actually rolls forward into mid. He's gonna get hit by everything here, but he is fairly tanky.
I mean, but with the 3rd member coming in, S4, they easily have the damage to beat him up. Mid Spirit, he's struggling, Topson, a couple of times.
He rolled forward too. He rolled to clear the creep wave, and he just was on to the high ground pretty much there, so an easy setup for Limp. Just over aggressive.
With a DD in a bottle as well, Limp is very deadly. You come back here and he'll be able to kill you as soon as you TP in with a good Tidebringer hit. And once the boat's back on in 45.
Yeah, I wonder what his what's he gonna choose to do on Limp, because he has an Ocean Heart as well, so he can, I mean, a little bit of extra regen and mana if he does want to make rotations through toward the other lanes, or if he's just gonna play the farm round, just sit in the mid lane and just keep Topson at bay.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of options, right?
Yeah, he's got a lot.
You can go for the playmaking, go for the Shadow Blade, go defensive, get a Halberd, or go greedy, get a Radiance. A lot of ways that Limp can go.
Halberd is just too godly this game, I feel. Like, you're versus Luna, right? It's the best item in the game pretty much versus those ranged skill carries.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I feel like that's the safest item choice for him to go for. It's just a question of whether he feels that far ahead. It's actually, we're queuing up the BKB. We'll see if he does invest in it.
I was going to actually say that Limp is one of the players. He loves to actually just rush the BKB on Kunkka a lot of times too. Could still see it changed up, but both items are very strong. The team is bottom.
Down bottom. They are able to get in and kill off FNG. Mid one's going to go down in response, and this time Limp will come over to the side lane to help out his teammates. He's in with the combo onto Saxa. Saxa tries to run, but with the burst of the remnants from Nico Baby, he's able to pick up a double as the Ember.
Limp, I like how he uses the last hit. Right? Like, instead of just... They're probably going to kill him just from right-clicks, but he's like, I want the kill. And he ensures it with the Fire Remnant himself.
It's working out. You know, we're seeing 10 minutes coming up. 2K lead for Alliance. A solid start overall for them. Sumail on the top lane still. He has had this free farm. This is a Luna off to the exact start that OG won. It's just the fact that the other 2 lanes aren't going too hot. They may have got those kills early on Nico Baby, but they're not slowing down his tempo. He's still going to be able to hit good timing with this urn. That, as a team, the combination of Ember and Kunkka just being able to go on targets as early as they'll be able to means that they have a lot of easy kills to find. Top lane, Topson will come in with the rotation, catch out Hansken, but they don't manage to quite get on top of S4, and that really would have been the hero that they'd love to find. They need to get some of these cores. Topson is going to try, does manage to roll in. They're coming in with a relocate as well, bringing in the extra firepower of Sumail. S4 tries to TP out in the trees, but another roll forward from Topson will put an end to it. So Topson will manage to set up for that core kill. They push out both heroes from this top lane, and they can continue to beat down onto this tier 1 tower.
Yeah, Limp, he's going to make the heads-up move too, though, in mid lane. Instead of going to actually help top, he's just going to take the mid tower during all of that quite quickly. 5,500 net worth on this Kunkka already. Level 10, too. He's got the talent.
Massive.
He's actually going to look to go top.
See if he can get a catch. He's got the X mark in 5 seconds. There's no relocate, but Sumail and No-Tail, they're quick to get into the trees. They don't want to get caught out by this. Gets the tower deny, though, Limp. And that BKB just about 1,600 away. S4 TPing in aggressively. No further catch, though, for the two of them. Taking some of the attention away from that bottom lane, though. Nico Baby's getting space. He has the VIP booster over the urn. This full vessel's going to be coming out in very good time. And, of course, against OG's lineup with the IO, it really helps just bring down these heroes without any potential of saving them. Mid
lane.
Another grab. Limp with the setup into the easy Tidebringer. Mid one's going to try and run. Does manage to buy a little time with the shards and the juke out of the Sobel, but as soon as he's out of it, comes crashing in. Limp. Another hit with that Tidebringer, and his game just gets better and better. 2-0-2, and yeah, money is this network's only going to increase. Alliance have a great lineup to get kills with the Bounty Hunter.
I actually didn't. I think he got the. It doesn't show that he did get the track up beforehand, but now they will start to be able to build those up for sure.
Radiant's top tower.
And yeah, already a 4,000 gold advantage. It's already starting to build up. We're not seeing the success of the Earth Spirit mid, what he's able to do just yet. 0, 2, and 3. Very quiet start for Topson. They're actually bringing Sumail down bottom now, so they're looking to actually pressure and try to get this tower. Nico Baby, and they catch him off guard here. They're actually just going to show the Luna immediately, so he's probably going to get spooked and back away. Or they're going to bring more to fight. He's going to back up for the moment, and now they're rotating more heroes.
And they go. Snowball's going to follow on to Nico Baby. The shackle shot does connect. The boat's coming down onto No-Tail, though. No-Tail able to tether away to the side. Will dodge the boat, but the cask is still upon him. Nico Baby is being focused by Saxer in mid one. He's got one more remnant to get away. Topson rolls forward, kicks the boulder forward. Another remnant to get out of the reach of the power shot, as Nico Baby will survive. Back underneath the tower. Saxer is a little too deep, as S4 does claim his life. And now Alliance, it looks like they can turn to try and continue to clean up. Topson rolls in. The snowball's there onto Handscam, but mid one solo. One right click from S4 finishes off the job. Topson tries to roll away, but he's been tracked up. Alliance, they'll be able to take down the Earth Spirit as well, as 3 fall on OG. They do get Nico Baby, but it's at a very, very high cost. As Alliance, again, they're just coming in with the cleanup, and they're coming in with these track kills. Any trade in numbers, even if it was even, it's always going to favor Alliance's lineup. They're getting the money.
Yeah, and they know that they can take the heads-up fight there. That's why Nico Baby, he actually just backs away. He waits for a moment there, almost gets brought down, but that rum, of course, from Kunkka, protecting him a bit. And we actually saw, too, Sumail, he runs in, pops Eclipse. He's versus Nature's Prophet. He just summons the trees. It eats the entire Eclipse. He's able to back away, and yeah, they get even more of a gold advantage off of that one, like you said, from the tracks. And the tower survives, too, so it's just like a massive game there for Alliance.
And that's that timing. 14 minutes in, BKB's done on Limp. Limp's basically invincible at this point. It's done, it's out.
See you later,
so, like, you cannot kill this Kunkka. They do, obviously, they don't have any, well, they have physical damage, but not anywhere near enough to go through the 2k HP of Limp. And once he pots that BKB, nothing is going to threaten him. Do have the grab here, a little bit of an unfortunate pause. What are we seeing? Is this going to connect? I think Sumail. Oh no, yeah, No-Tail's not got relocate. Still on cooldown for 20 seconds.
Yeah, he used it to get himself out of bottom safely. And that, I don't think I've seen a 14-minute BKB ever, or in like 6 months. I don't think I've seen one that fast.
I think if anyone would have done it, as you say, I do recall seeing Limp going for this rush before, so he might have rushed it at a very similar time. But you're right, this is incredibly quick from Limp this game. And with the help of S4, they could take him down. They could look for more sprout setups there. He's able to tether out in time, though. X-Mark still on cooldown for a couple of seconds, as Topson and No-Tail will manage to escape the reach of Limp.
I feel like they're going to now just relentlessly kind of run at them, because Alliance, I don't really feel like they're really reliant on many cooldowns in their draft. While OG, I feel like they're pretty cooldown reliant if they do want to take the fight versus Alliance lineup. Hanskin, he will get caught out a bit too far aggressive and get punished. But yeah, the next few moments do seem pretty difficult for OG to take any of these head-on fights, even if they have the mech on Topson.
Yeah, Alliance just playing beastly right now. This mid lane Kunkka is just going to be such a huge issue. I mean, OG's lineup as it is, it feels like that the damage is just not there. Like, how do you kill a beefy hero like this Kunkka?
it's when I click him and I see level almost level 14, and then I click like your Luna safe lane level 9. You know, like that's very daunting if you are on the side of OG. See that discrepancy. Top, that's 4. They're looking to try to set up.
So they can get him. Shackle does connect. Saxa, he'll go with the ult. No real means to commit, and obviously with this build, he doesn't have a javelin. There's the focus fire barely tickles at this point of the game. They do still manage to find the vision for the roll in onto S4. It's a very deep roll. Shards do trap him, and they're bringing Sumail. Sumail popping the Eclipse, secures the kill on S4, but Alliance, they're happy to fight this. Nico Baby poking over towards No-Tail. No-Tail's able to tether over to the side. Silence onto Nico Baby with the boat. It comes crashing down onto Sumail. Limp gets the kill before No-Tail's able to take Sumail back out of there. Thompson just left to hide in the trees and hope that Alliance don't come a-hunting in this area. But I mean, it's just as you said, that Luna just falls over to the power of Limp's Kunkka right now.
Hanskin, gonna try for him here. Nico Baby's ported to react.
Slight, bringing them low. They may kill the bounty hunter, but it's gonna come at the cost of some of their own lives. Mid-one's trying for the TP out, but with another sleight of fist, Mid-one's gone. Thompson will manage to find FNG elsewhere. You see the TP coming in. They're trying to chase Saxa. Nico Baby, another slight, pushing him low, but won't be quite enough to finish him off. Saxa will survive. Thompson, he's been found by S4. S4's got a Sprout available, but doesn't want to go for it. He's going to keep his distance and not pursue the kill.
One of the worst feelings, I know this feeling because I used to be the IO player, is when you teleport in your carry into a situation where you think it's going to be a good fight and you just get him detonated. And that's what's happened to Sumail now in that last situation. It feels super bad. Now they're going to back up. They're going to be able to at least stabilize a little bit and get some farm onto him here, but he's a long ways away from where he's going to be protected on Sumail. He's got to go for this like pretty much first item BKB after this Yasha.
Yeah, without it, he stands no hope in the fight. One stun and the follow-up's just immense. Especially with Nico Baby just having the vessel done. We'll see what he goes for next. I mean, what did we see him do the other day on the Ember? He went for...
I think just Deso is fine.
Oh, the other day he went for Radiance, didn't he?
Oh, he did queue it up.
He's going for it again.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, he knows. He's like, well, we're having a great game. Is he going to get away with getting the Radiance? I think absolutely at this pace. He's not going to be punished at all. They already do enough as it is as a team alliance with the heroes they have. He can go for this Radiance build-up.
That's good. He'll be the one who eats the brunt of the force from bottom. They're looking to set up though. S4 is actually in position for this here. Relocate already coming out from No-Tail. He'll be able to protect his buddy.
That's going to cost him his life, but at least this time Sumail will live and can continue to farm.
Oh wait, they have a Dominator creep. It's running too far away. It's running through the river down bottom, sorry. It's pretty far. I thought maybe he would help him, the Luna, and set it up for maybe a tether play, but Sumail actually just runs it all the way toward top. I was like, do they have a creep? Are they trying to set up for the tether play? But no.
I mean, it would have been sweet, but they probably would have had ways to catch with the remnants.
Yeah, probably something along those lines. Sumail anyway used his Dominator and just got an Alpha Wolf afterwards. And he's about 1,200 away from BKB. Alliance setting up though for this next siege already.
It's just this game's falling into a pretty awkward position for OG. I mean, because of the nature of the heroes as well, it really does look like their draft is sort of Sumail and the 4 supports.
It really does, absolutely. And Thompson, he's got this, you know, he's got the mech and he's going to be going for that Greaves, but it just, you compare it. Like Limp is going to be doing 10 times what he's doing inside of the fights.
It's massive, and the Halberd is a couple hundred and it's there.
And a DD in the bottle as well, so the next fight, that Kunkka's going to just slaughter pretty much anybody he gets his hands on.
Dire are scanning.
The smoke, Limp and FNG making the moves up towards the top half of the map. They know that Sumail's farming over here.
Yeah, this is where you just chase the IO. It's OG, the rest, they don't really have a good fighting force. If they just get on top of the IO, the Luna over and over again, even if OG brings backup, they should be able to clear it out. OG, they seem aware. To hide themselves here.
At the same time, Saxa and Mid-1 hunting around, trying to get this outpost back in their favor before the 20-minute mark, and they'll be able to do so. Limp comes in here with S4, but neither hero able to find the grab. Sumail and No-Tail just hiding in the trees. terrified. Not gonna
beam.
Knows he can't throw anything else out. This Ember Spirit of Nico Baby far too elusive to attempt without any sort of proper lockdown.
They're continuing up here. Very close to it. Very close to rotations.
I mean, in they go. There's the TP in from S4. The Eclipse has come out. It's going to have to be an Eclipse and a bye-bye with the relocate. They just cannot fight. The Eclipse is not any sort of threat with the amount of units that Alliance have in the area. And NoTail will come back and proceed to die to the three of them. That's an easy vessel charge for Nico Baby.
See you later,
as his killing spree
See you later,
continues.
nerds.
And Sumail actually barely lives. I think he dropped down to like 170 HP because of that Maledict, even though he was getting healed up from the IO. He did have that Spirit Vessel.
Oh, back down bottom Alliance. They're playing fast. They know the mid one's alone. Tracks out. The four of them surrounding him. Nobody from OG can get over here to help him in time. Thompson and Saxa were thinking about it, but they were just still in the river. There was no way they could get here. It's another lean kill for Alliance. They're getting these track kills. It's a 7k advantage that only continues to grow. And OG, it does all rest on Sumail. He has got great farm. You know, he's pretty much keeping up with the farm of Limp's Kunkka, and we've seen how good of a game Limp is having. So Sumail has the farm. It's just whether or not this hero is going to be able to carry against the entire lineup of Alliance on his own.
Especially when you're versus Halberds, you're versus Coco Rum, you're versus multiple heroes that scale really hard. Like Kunkka and Ember and Nature's Prophets, these heroes are no joke going into later stages. They get so much stronger exponentially. Nico Baby has the Relic toward that Radiance. And without, it's okay, so that's why he's going for the Radiance too. His S4 actually went for the Desolator this game for them to go for Siege.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Allows you to get away, yeah, as you say, with the Radiance build, but still having the benefit of the Deso. He's going to try, but he's just a little bit too late. They do bring Sumail in as well. They're really going for this. Sumail has the BKB. He is going to be able to bring down S4. Maybe they can get more out of this, though. Did it turn over towards them, but the boat comes crashing down onto NoTail. Sumail has to TP out with the remainder of his BKB. This is not a fight for OG to take. They tried to throw everything in to disrupting Alliance, getting the Aegis, getting the Roshan, but it was not to be. They lose 3 heroes. Alliance still get the Rosh kill, and they're still able to pick up the Aegis on Nico Baby.
Yep. And now it's actually the track that matters. I usually like say like level 6 track, it's something, but it's not in comparison to level 2 track. Now it's 80 gold per person instead of that 40. Doubles up, and it makes it a lot more for yourself individually too. So that's where it really starts to ramp up. And that Radiance is done.
And it was, we saw this the other day, right? From FNG. You were a fan of it? Was FNG going for the Veil?
Yeah, love it with the Ember. I think it's super cool because he just has to, even if he's like, all he really has to do is like get his cask off, throw the Veil, and even if he dies, job done. Yeah. Then the Ember Spirit's going to benefit from that entire net worth from the Veil. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, no, yeah, I mean, it absolutely worked out last time, and there's no reason to think it won't work out here again. It's just interesting to see because it's just one of those items that a lot of teams just won't buy. Right, but obviously something that Alliance have found really works for them, but we're seeing that. We're going to see that again here for sure, especially with this incredibly quick Radiance timing on Nico Baby. Same build as before, Radiance into the Aghanims. He's ready to play aggressive. He's ready to jump in onto the backlines of OG, and I mean the backlines of OG, they're just not going to stand a chance against this Ember when he gets on top of them.
Nico Baby, mid lane.
See if they can take them down the once. Can they do it again?
See you later, nerds.
I mean, they'll take that. You know, for a team that's behind, taking an Aegis away as easy as that. That's something. Obviously, as things go down, they do lose continuous map control. Alliance take the tier 2 top. Limp starting to bring the wave right up to the high ground. At level 18, with the BKB Halberd starting to queue up the AC, which has already got 2k gold towards.
So farmed. I love this. Like I love this Veil actually on the Witch Doctor. Like with this, when you go for this full Ember Spirit build, I called it yesterday. You know, I think it was Nota who told us down Rage the Lawnmower build, but throw a Veil in on top too. It's like he's just gonna be melting people down so quickly around him. Vessel, Radiance. He's even got the Dragon Scale as well too. Just everyone's just gonna burn around him.
And I mean, a lot of the things about the item just feel nice, right? You also get this, you know, +9 all attributes. That's not that bad at all. +9 all ats.
Yeah, no, it's very strong. OG trying to set themselves up some wards and look for some type of aggressive play here. Maybe on mid, but can be a lot of reactions coming toward mid very quickly.
Limp's already inbound. As soon as Limp shows up, I think if you're OG, you're running away. You are running away from this Kunkka. 5-0-7 Limp. They haven't been able to touch him, and I don't know if they'll be able to for the remainder of this match.
S4, it's on Saksa.
See, they do turn. Flame Mail's there on S4, so Saksa's got to be careful. Magnetizes out, the full boat combo comes down, crashing onto Topson. Nico Baby on the front lines with the Flame Guard. Topson will fall, jumps in with the Remnants. Nico Baby's ready to take down another. Chains onto No-Tail. It's a double kill for the Ember. Sumail attempts to turn with the Eclipse. He's instantly halberded. They do manage to land the stun on Nico Baby, and the combination of the silence, he's getting away with the sleight of fist. He dodges the shard. He's got no Remnants left though. So OG, they'll actually get the kill on Nico Baby. And this fight will be theirs. Sumail is able to find the double kill, and that will cement him the top spot and pretty much push him right up to having enough gold for the butterfly. Sumail, he's still doing his best to carry this game.
That's crazy. I can't believe how they actually held their ground there. Just the sustain and Sumail being able to hold his ground, him not getting focus fired was really important. And yeah, of course, you know, Topson's buyback in particular, they wouldn't have gotten that kill on Nico Baby without that one.
No, not without that extra bit of silence and disable that Topson was able to provide. And maybe this could work, this whole 4 protect one around Sumail. The auras are starting to come out. We have mid one, he's got a Vlad stun, so a little bit extra sustain to help out Sumail. As I say, you know, this butterfly, it's great timing. This Luna is fat, it's 15k net worth. You know, nearly 2k ahead of Limp's Kunkka, as we keep saying, is having an excellent game to really give you some sort of perspective on how well Sumail is farming in a game where his whole team is struggling. You know, that's the big thing as well. He is not being held back at all. As for, Ellie has his own BKB complete. FNG continue to get the auras out for his squad. Vlad's up next on the shopping list, and Nico Baby, okay, after that, those last few situations, he's the dream of the Ags has been shut down. He feels he really does have to get that BKB. It's one of the reasons why he's dying. The silence and control from Topson has proven to be enough. He's got to have at least one defensive item if he wants to play as aggressive as you know, we know Nico Baby likes to do so.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the biggest thing, is he wants to be able to get to the backline at no risk. Because the last one, he got to the backlines, he got into the IO, but he had to expend a lot to get there, and then it put him in a little bit of a tough spot to get away. So BKB, that'll solve a lot of the problems as OG. Their only real physical damage is going to be coming up from the Lunar. Prevent pretty much everything else.
It is going to be a decent amount though. Sumail, he will hit hard. It's going to stat up a bit, queuing up the complete S and Y. Of course, status resistance always a lovely item to build up on, and you would imagine afterwards going for the Satanic. So he is going to be this very tanky, hard to kill hero.
She's smoked up. They're looking for somebody to limp. That's not, I don't know. Let's see if they can actually bring him down. They've got everybody on him.
They get the angle. Saksa with the blink can find the setup for the shackle shot, and Limp's falling low. Limp pops the BKB. Can they quite finish him? They can. They've killed off the Kunkka for the first time this game. They've taken Limp out.
Shackle.
They turn. They've got the catch on to Nico Baby. The Death Ward and the cask is there, giving time for Nico Baby to be able to remnant out to safety. But now Sumail, he comes barreling down the mid lane. The Lucid Beam onto FNG. Saksa again. He gets the open angle. Jumps in. Shackle shot onto Nico Baby. The Sleight of Change will dodge the initiation from mid one, and now mid one, he's in a little bit too deep. But it's 2 buybacks that have come out from Alliance because of this play from OG. If OG can not lose anything else, this is going to be incredible for
another shackle.
They've got Nico Baby every single time, 3 times in a row there. Saksa off cooldown every single shackle shot. The setup is brilliant. And then
Another
again, Saksa, these shackle shots, they couldn't be any better. They could not be any better. 4 times in a row, and they've just broken down Alliance's lead. Limp, he brought back for this, and he dies immediately. He's out for 100 seconds. OG, despite being behind the entire game and still being behind on the gold, they've just rolled over Alliance. And Alliance, they're without their 2 cores for a very, very, very long time. No Kunkka for a minute and a half, and Nico Baby's dead for 40 seconds as well. And they push fast. This is Sumail pushing in with a butterfly, with the Alpha Wolf Aura. There's a repair kit. I mean, I think what just happened to Alliance is going to need a whole lot more than a repair kit to repair it. And
oh my god.
This tower's dead. The Rex is... I mean, it's still... There's no Kunkka for a minute, Fogged. They could go for even more, and they will. Saksa. Again, he's diving tier 4s. He's getting the kills. I mean, this man's Win Ranger, it looks solid at the start in the lane, and
Now
that
score.
minute of play, it's over. It's actually just, well, it might not be up, but it, I mean, it might be.
There's no Kunkka
It's
for 40.
over. It's actually over.
Oh my god.
OG.
It's over.
I mean, it's over. It's over. I think it's over.
I think it's
It looks pretty over.
See you
It's
later,
actually
nerds.
over.
See you later,
No, it's
nerds.
actually over.
It's actually over.
Oh my
It's
god.
actually
See you later,
over.
What?
I mean, I think you got to give a clap to. I mean, Saxa, that last fight, 4 shackle shots, all connecting, all game winning. I mean, look at DOTA. I mean,